Okay, let's get started. Hello, everyone. Thank you for taking the time to join our webinar today. I'm Lillian Gannam, the People and Culture Manager at Empower Healthcare. I've been at Empower for over 4 years, and I've enjoyed being part of the amazing growth the company has experienced and the part I get to play in changing people's lives through providing them with a rewarding career where they're valued, supported, and developed. This is where our superpower theme comes in. We believe as an allied health professional that your unwavering desire to help people, your empathetic nature, and your ability to change lives with exceptional care is your superpower. And we've designed this Super Grad program to nurture and develop these skills. Now, before we start, I would like to acknowledge the traditional owners of the land we are meeting on today and pay my respects to their elders past and present. I extend that respect to Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people joining us today. So the purpose of this session is to give you a comprehensive overview of our Super Graduate program and highlight what makes our program different and better, I think, from the others out there. We hope you leave this session with a better understanding of the support provided to our grads and the career growth opportunities available. The agenda for today starts with a bit about Empower, then we'll go into our grad program for 2024 in a bit of detail. You'll also hear from our clinical manager and previous grads, Emma and Rashmi. We'll go through the next steps regarding your application and some tips before you apply. And there'll be a Q&A session at the end. So please type your questions into the Q&A box down the bottom and we'll respond to them at the end of the session. So Empower Healthcare, our mission is to change lives one intervention at a time. And we've been doing that starting in 2016. So Empower Healthcare was founded by two people that wanted to put quality, person-centered care before all else and redefine allied health the Empower way. The company has grown significantly since then, and we now have over 180 clinicians across Victoria, WA, New South Wales, and Queensland. You can see all our services there on the screen. Our clinicians focus on adult caseloads within NDIS, residential aged care, and home care packages. Our values ensure client care is built around trusted relationships. And last year, we extended an invite to all Empower staff to be part of our values workshop. So several employees from different disciplines across the company joined us to review these values. And together we decided on the following values that truly reflect who we are as a company and who we want to be. Our values are shared purpose. We work together to make a difference in our community. We empower each other to do great things, and we all have our part to play. Strive for excellence. We never stop learning. We deliver meaningful outcomes. We take pride in the quality of our work. Act with integrity. We do the right thing in all circumstances. We treat everyone with respect. We foster an environment of trust, honesty, and transparency. And practice positivity. We have a thank you culture. We recognize and celebrate success, and we appreciate and support each other. We also bring our values to life with quarterly awards recognizing those who've demonstrated these values within their work. And you'll find on the screen our recent Excellent Award winners. Now let's talk about the grad program. First of all, a big congratulations to everyone joining us today. It's such an exciting time for you. You've spent the last 4 years of your life studying, and now is the time to put your superpowers to use. Our 24-month program was created to provide clinicians with the best start possible in their career. So the first 12 months of this program focuses on supporting clinicians to build core foundational skills through providing them with structured support before giving the opportunity to explore different career pathways in the second year. Currently, we have vacancies for OTs, physios, podiatrists, speech pathologists, and dietitians to join our graduate program. Now, what really sets our program apart is, number one, ultimate flexibility. We think there's more to life than being stuck behind a desk, and our clinicians have the flexibility to work from various locations. That can be home, Cafe, park, library, you get to choose. And you can also join us on a full-time or part-time basis. Number 2 is unbeatable incentives. So our grads have access to some amazing incentives, including a $1,500 external PD fund, 5 days of study leave a year, professional indemnity insurance, and $20,000 at the end of the program that can be paid towards your HECS or collected. We also have a rewarding bonus scheme in place, and that's dependent on the role that you're in. And number 3 is unparalleled support. And this is something that all our employees say is one of the best aspects of joining our program. The amount of support you will receive is really second to none. And Donna will now go through that support in a bit more detail, and we'll take you through the first and second year of the program. Over to you, Donna.
Thanks, Lil. Hey, everyone. My name's Donna, and I'm the clinical manager at Empower. I have to apologize as I do sound a little congested as I'm just getting over a cold, so please bear with me. So as Lillian mentioned, year 1 of the new grad program really focuses on developing your clinical skills and building the foundation to make you all confident clinicians. We start off with a really comprehensive induction program, which includes an induction day where you get to meet your cohort, spend the day with them, and get to know the company. You'll also have a shadowing schedule where you get to get on the road with the senior clinicians and they show you the ropes. You'll slowly build up your clients, which is generally over about 6 weeks, giving you plenty of time to adapt and transition into a full caseload. And during the year, you'll also have a mentor who will be your go-to person for any questions, either clinically or operationally. They'll spend time with you at the start of the year to set a growth plan to make sure that you get to learn and develop on a path that aligns with you. You'll have weekly one-on-one time with your mentor for the first 6 months, where you can discuss clinical scenarios and build on your skill set. And then you'll move on to peer learning in the second half of the year, where you get to really practice your problem solving and critical thinking skills. Now, on top of that, throughout the year, you'll also have support from the clinical development program. Now, this program runs monthly with a different clinical focus each month. There'll be online learning modules through the Empower learning management system, and there'll be online monthly workshops where you have the opportunity to apply your learning practically for that month as well. And on top of this, you'll also have the External Professional Development Fund, as Lillian mentioned, where you can decide on an external clinical workshop, and Empower will pay 100% of the cost of up to $1,500. You'll also have access to 5 days of PD leave, which is separate to your annual leave, which is amazing because it means you get paid while you learn. So that's great. So that's year 1. Then we'll move on to year 2 of the new grad program. And this year allows you to really explore the different career paths and find where your interest or passion lies. You'll get to choose one of the 3 options. So the first option is mentorship program. Now, this program will focus on developing your mentorship skills, which is how to guide and support a new grad who is in their first year of working. This program will focus on developing your leadership skills, which can include identifying gaps in grads' learning, how to enable grads to develop their critical thinking and problem solving, how to effectively provide feedback, and much, much more. Some of these are important life skills which can be used outside of your professional life, and expanding on this skill set can really support you to become a more well-rounded clinician. Now, the second option is the Business Operations Program. So this program allows you to explore the different areas of a business, which may include marketing, finance, people and culture, just as examples. And during this time, you'll work with the department manager on delivering a project, which the company will then implement as part of their operations. This program will allow you to gain great insight on the different aspects of the business, broaden your skill set, enabling you to become a much more versatile clinician. And lastly, we have the Advanced Clinical Skills Program. And as the name suggests, this program focuses on advancing your clinical skills. And through this program, you'll become more clinically skilled in the area of interest that you have. And then you'll have the opportunity to support the learning and development of the different clinical cohorts or even service providers, as you'll be one of the experts of that topic in the organization. And on top of these awesome opportunities, you'll also receive a $20,000 bonus for completing the full grad program. And this program has many avenues for you to explore the type of clinician that you want to be, and it truly sets you up for the remainder of your clinical career. Now you'll hear from Emma, one of our past OT new grads, about her experience at Empower since graduating.
Hi everyone, I'm Emma. I studied at La Trobe University with a Bachelor of Applied Science and Masters of Occupational Therapy, and I graduated in 2020. I'm now a Senior Occupational Therapist at Empower, working in the home care package and NDIS space. I started working at Empower in 2021 as part of the new grad program. I chose the Empower New Grad program as I liked the concept of the program. So at the time, it was a 12-month program, but seeing it being developed into a 24-month program, I think is even better. I'd seen a lot of other companies offering a few weeks or a month or two with their new grad program, but it wasn't clear on what support they offered after this. So knowing that I would have structured supports for at least 12 months was very important to me to know that I would have that long-term support. Empower has been a very supportive workplace for me as an OT. As I started to voice my career goals, I found that Empower wanting to cheer me on and support me to find relevant PDs and provide me with referrals in this area of interest. When I would ask to use my study leave for a professional development course, I'm always encouraged. I feel I have achieved quite a bit with Empower over the last almost 3 years. I've learned about many different funding schemes and the different role for OT in these areas. So this includes NDIS, home care package, and the Commonwealth Home Support Program. I've also developed my skills in OT in many areas, including equipment prescription, home modifications, functional capacity assessments, and daily living skills. I then stepped into a role as a new grad mentor last year, supporting new grads during their program. And then this year I've stepped into a senior OT role by providing clinical support to the national OT team. If I was to have any advice for new grads, it would be number one, ask questions. So many people say, sorry for asking this silly question, but I always have to stop them and say there are no silly questions. Ask as many as you can. Number two would be make sure you find somewhere that is going to provide you with support. Finding a supportive workplace with graded exposure, a gradual building caseload, ongoing one-to-one support, and professional development is so important, especially in occupational therapy as it's such a broad profession. And number three would be have fun. Becoming an OT is one of the best decisions I made, and it is so rewarding to be able to support my participants and achieve great outcomes with them. I'll now hand over to Rashmi, who is a physio, who was also a previous graduate from the program.
Hey guys, I'm Rashmi. Like Emma said, I'm just a physio here. I do apologize. I've just come from hydro, which is why I look like a bit like a wet dog. But anyways, we'll ignore that. So in terms of how I sort of ended up in Empower, I did do initially a year of biomed and science before realizing I wanted to do something else. So that's when I got into physio and graduated from Monash in 2021. I also did have that mid-course crisis where I wasn't really sure if physio was the job I wanted to do, which is kind of concerning because obviously we can only do that after we finish our degree. But I was actually really fortunate for my elective placement. I had it with Empower, and that's through the placement that I was able to see what a physio can look like in a community and a residential aged care facility setting. I sort of fell in love with my geriatrics. I love those sort of clients. I started to get a bit more of an idea of what Empower's culture looks like, and they sort of exposed me to what the new grad program would look like. So it was pretty easy for me to know that that was the path I was going to go down. So since I am a physio working in both the home care setting, I'm also working at the RAC setting as well. And I've also just started to dip my toes into some content creation, which has been awesome. So in terms of staying after my grad year, I love the variability that Empower offers. Feels like each day is very different. So whether it's a caseload, so you've got your neuro, mask, cardio patients across the settings. So you've got your home care clients, you've got your NDIS clients as well. So it's been really fun because it almost feels like every day is something new. And for someone that I never knew I could never do a job behind a desk, so something like that's really fun. And again, the support's been really good. I'm one of those classic overthinkers, anxious people. So in terms of being able to have that support to reach out to has been awesome. And then even through the new grad year, just making friends with the people that have joined the company as well has been really good, because we've obviously been going through similar journeys as well. And especially in a RAC setting, you get to work with multiple therapists, OTs, osteos. So it's been really fun to sort of learn about their scope as well, and get to have some teamwork, some doubles with some of the residents as well. And like I said, I do love my geriatrics. So in terms of the clients and residents I've met along the way have definitely made me want to stay, because I sort of base my week around seeing them. So since joining Empower, I've been able to, within that first year, be able to sort of run my own site. That means being sort of the main physio on the site, which has been really fun. I've also been able to sort of dip my toes into marketing, like I've said before, which I didn't think was a possibility when I've obviously finished physio. So that's been really fun to be able to sort of switch off, the physio brain, and be able to do something more creative. And then in terms of my own personal goals, I think just building up on the confidence in terms of my assessments and treatments, sort of backing myself up and being able to provide education in a way that I didn't really think I would be able to do within that first year, especially after finishing uni. That stress of like, oh my God, now I'm by myself, but it's actually been a lot better than I thought. My advice for you guys would be to definitely ask questions. I still ask questions to this day from my supervisor. Bring snacks if you're going to go down the home care path. Speaking of, obviously our office is basically going to be your car, the park, Macca's, wherever it is. But there's that tray from Amazon that just sort of clicks onto the steering wheel, which is an absolute gem, especially when you have a cancellation and you just want to, smash out your notes. And then also, if you don't drink tea or coffee, get ready to have to drink it, because especially in home care, you're going to have your nonnas and, all the grandpas and grandpas that will not let you leave unless you have something or take something from their garden. So get ready for that, for a caffeine addiction if you don't have one already. Good luck for everyone's journey. I'm sure you guys will all do well. I'll just pass it on to Lillian.
Thank you, Rashmi. So the next step, our application process, there are 3 steps to join our 2024 Empower graduate program. So step 1 is simply apply for a place in the program by completing our online application form and submitting your CV along with a cover letter for consideration. And you can find all our graduate opportunities along with all other opportunities on our website. Simply head to our website, empowerhealthcare.com.au, and click on careers. We've got a dedicated graduate site there where you'll be able to find all the opportunities. Step 2 is individual interviews. So successful candidates will be invited to attend an interview, and that can be face-to-face or video. And step 3, if you're one of the lucky ones that receive and accept an offer with Empower, our graduate induction will commence usually towards the end of January. But we do year-round intake. So if your registration comes through earlier and you'd like to join, we can usually arrange that as well. For more information and also to have a read through our Grad Advice blogs and to look at the grad videos and some tips, please head to our website. And as I said, there's a section on our careers website where you can find all this information, opportunities and blogs. Question time. So I can see that there's a question, but please, everyone else, feel free to type in your questions into the Q&A box. Now, are there any clauses around the 20K completion bonus? No, there isn't. I think it's a great bonus, and it shows the grads that we appreciate, what that they've gone through the graduate program with us. So this bonus can actually be paid towards your HECS. But if you're if you're one of the lucky ones that doesn't have a HECS debt, or maybe you've already paid it off, then that's great. You can choose to collect that bonus instead. I want to mention that it's $20,000 if you work with us full time. If you're part time, then it's a pro rata of that. Okay, question 2, what are the billable hours of a full caseload at Empower? Thank you for your question, Marvin. So the billable hours, if we're looking at OTs, that's 25 hours a week at this stage. But as the team would have mentioned, we start you off with a smaller caseload, and then gradually build it up. So you won't start off with that many billable hours. I also wanted to mention that if you think of any questions after the session, please feel free to email them through to people@empowerhealthcare.com.au, or simply give us a call. Okay, I think that's it. Okay, so thank you everyone for joining us today. So yeah, I wanted to just remind you of the opportunities that we've got. So our graduate opportunities that we have are for OTs, physios, podiatrists, and dietitians and speech pathologists. And I'll leave the email again for you to email through any other questions that you may have. Thank you, everyone.